My bicep training routine absolutely broke the arm meta, because honestly with triceps they do make up the majority of your arm, but the bicep is basically what gives you that aesthetic. You know, those veins that run down that you guys desperately are after, those are going to come much more from the biceps. It's basically what's needed to really take your arms and take them to the next level. So without further ado, it's time to show you guys how I broke them by maximizing results in as little time as possible. Let's go. Let's get it. Absolutely. By the way, I don't know if you guys noticed, tucked in like an absolute gentleman, because here on this page, before we show you how to break the arm meta, you better be a damn gentleman. And for here on this page, we're here to bring back class back to a space that has gone soulless, right? We're here to bring back soul. And the best way to do that, first step for you, is to tuck in your tank into the shorts. That's absolute class. Listen, not only are we going to break the arm meta here with the bicep routine, but it's not going to require that much equipment. On the first end, the back end, yeah, you're going to need a little bit of equipment. You're going to be like, Rommy, I can't do that at the gym, but it's about the formula that breaks the arm meta. So first order of business, one of my favorite and what I believe is the most effective way of growing the size of your biceps, that is going to be the preacher curl. I don't have a preacher curl machine. Bro, we need to stabilize. You don't need that. Matter of fact, this is much better to basically increase injury resilience in the process of growing the size of your biceps versus being fragile and big. Now you're gonna be anti-fragile and very large. You tell me which one's better. Anyways, the way I like to start this off is, if I can, I like to drop it down to one knee, but this is a bit higher. So I'm okay if I'm standing up a little bit. And all I'm gonna do, I like to hold it right against here, and I come up just like that. Boom. Cadence all the way down, feeling the stretch on here, touch, boom, up, and go heavy. Obviously, when I say heavy, that doesn't mean you go sloppy form to where you're using leg drive necessarily, but you want that cadence to be there, and you want to go as heavy as possible while maintaining pristine reps. You wanna know why? Because we're snipers. That's how we lift. Dead between the eyes, deadly accurate. Now we move over to the other side, obviously like a gentleman. Here we go. And you take it to a complete failure, obviously, as you can tell, like an absolute man. All right, now on the back end, we're basically going to bias the same portion of this muscle. What's nice about this is it's full extension, but we're kind of targeting the short head on this guy. However, it is an absolute OP exercise. So without further ado, let's get into the next set. Oh, what a catch. All right, I know I'm already gonna get some serious comments here about, what is this Jeff Nippard-ass exercise? Listen, bro, it's called the yin and yang. I like to lift like a gym bro, where it's just about weight, putting it up. Usually I like to smash a lot of bicep barbell curls in the beginning, weighted pull-ups. But when it comes to this portion, which is breaking the arm meta here, you have to come in like a sniper. So you wanna bias the same portion of the muscle back to back, but on the front end, you wanna pick something you wanna progress in. And single arm preacher curls are absolutely something to progress in, but on the back end, we just want to take the bicep muscle on the short head to complete failure. That's all it is. And so it doesn't matter how you do it. And for me, it's not like I have a plethora of equipment, but even just having cables, it forces me to get creative. It's how I started working out, down in the dungeon for the OGs. If you know, you know. But what I'm going to do is the Jeff Nippard special. You're probably thinking, what the hell is he about to do? I'm going to lay down because I feel like it. And because I'm a man, I can do whatever I want. Let me make sure. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to curl up. Now, there's a lot of different ways. I could have taken 2 dumbbells, stand up, and do it, but honestly, I like this because it's almost like doing a barbell curl, like legitimately up against a wall, so you can't even use momentum. That's why I do it this way, and I like to really crank up on the weight I'm going. Hold on. Not gonna lie, it's a bit light. It's actually very light. All right, that's much better. Hey, listen, real quick, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, stop staring at my toes like a freak. You're better than that. Anyways, let's get back to it. Like I said, bro, stop staring at my toes. Yeah. Oh. All right, hold on. One last thing I gotta show you or tell you. Listen, you wanna know why I did them laying down? Because I've been doing that lately. And most of you guys and most of fitness influencers like, oh, I might get made fun of because I might be laying down. Imagine being a man and being deterred by people just looking at you. Oh, I might get a negative comment. You think I give a shit? This is how I lift. That's what makes my page extremely real in comparison to most. I'm not thinking about, oh, how are people gonna receive it? All I do is simply document my process and what my process has gotten me to a point where people even tell me, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. But super important for you to understand, you have people who are telling you, oh, dude, that's not how it works, bro, because according to this metric and this peer-reviewed study, dude, let me tell you something. First off, what's funny is I have people telling me that all the time, and I'm not going to change how I move because this is me documenting the process. But what makes you laugh is they'll tell you you're wrong, and then in the same breath, they're like, dude, there's no way he's natty. 100% lifetime natty. Anyone knows this. It makes me feel good when I hear it. It's like, hell yeah, dude. Fucking, we come a long way. But you gotta be realistic. It's one of those things where it's like, dude, most people actually don't even understand the process of doing things. They read a book and then they'll tell you that you're wrong even though you've actually done the thing. This is the biggest issue I see with fitness. A lot of people are just feeding you things that are going to be looked at favorably versus I'm just showing you what worked for me. That's it. And what's amazing about it is it's worked for pretty much every other single person that has actually decided to go through with this type of training to completely flip everything on a dime. That's including even their mental state. The way you lift and the way you move your body is also going to be the way you think in your real life. If you're thinking pure optimization, you're a fragile human being. You're thinking, oh, not everything is perfect. That's why you have to wait for the perfect opportunity to go after what you want in your life. You don't think that this is the case. You think it's not. It's absolutely real to especially be this way. But regardless, that's how you break the arm meta. You can apply this basically framework to every single other body part that you have. That's what it's all about. Because here, we're snipers. That's the point. You're a sniper. We lift to get stronger. We lift for muscle growth. We also lift to become more injury resilient, to where it's like, if I'm going to lift this way, I'm not worried, am I going to injure myself? Oh, if I go do this, oh, I'm tweaking this, I'm tweaking that. Fuck that. That's the point of the gym. The gym is to build anti-fragility within your mind, but also within your body. And that's how you do it. Like, the physical standard you have is also going to be your mental standard. That's why people tell you a strong body is a strong mind. That's actually how it works, walk down logistically. Anyways, I appreciate watching this video. Hope this is well worth your time. Listen, boys. You think we're here to mess? You think we're here to mess around, dude? You think these guns came here on accident? Of course not. It's a lot of failure training. To be honest with you, it's just brutal consistency and brutal intensity day after day. I'm sitting there, I'm like, I don't want to go do this shit today. Pretty much every single day. But you just do it because it's a standard. It's the undeniable standard. But regardless, make sure that if you're in phenomenal shape or getting to phenomenal shape, you take that over into your real life. And if you guys are interested in business, check out the Uncle Rommy business page. We're going to have stuff obviously coming out very, very consistently. Coffee talks there, cigar talks on businesses that I've started, things that I've scaled, things that I've failed miserably at. It's all there. And then in the process, you're going to hear me talk about building Crusadia, which is the very first digital nation, digital country, not a play on words, but I'm showing all of that even behind the scenes. And to be honest with you, that page is more so for the Crusaders inside Crusadia to give them real material because we talk every single day. And that way they have information that we can basically deliberate about it inside the group. Weekly calls, daily calls every single day, bunch of resources. But first order of business is getting the best shape of your life. That's why we have the Crusade. It's a rite of passage. Anyways, I love you guys. From Uncle Rommy to the Natural Crusaders, that's enough yapping. I love you guys. Uncle Rommy out. Peace. Wait. Crusader, you guys are family. I got your back for life. I love you guys.